أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So today we are going to revise the properties of ism. We're going to revise what we learned. We have done the revision once before, but we are revising again, I guess, for because of the quiz that you're going to have in the second half of this class today. So properties of ism. We know there are four properties of ism, and what they are: status, gender, number, and type. I hope everybody knows this and they can tell these four properties in 2 seconds. Status, gender, number, type, like this. If you cannot tell them like this is a problem that you need to fix. Okay, first property, status. What we learned about status. There are three types of status: rafa, nasab, and jar. And how we tell the status of an ism. For singular words, we go with ending haraka. Like one dhamma or double dhamma as ending haraka means the word is rafa. Single fatha or double fatha means the ism is nasab. And single kasra or double kasra as the ending haraka means the ism is in jar status. But when the word is dual, then we don't look at the ending haraka. We don't. We only look at what is the ending sound. So if the ending sound for dual is ani, like muslimani, then it is rafa. But if it is aini, like muslimaini, then it is nasab or jar. It's the same ending sound for both of them. For masculine, sound plural, again ending sound, not any haraka. And if the ending sound is una, like muslimuna, then it is rafa. If the ending sound is ina, like muslimina, then that is nasab. The status is nasab. And if it is ina, I mean, it could be nasab or jar actually, because the ending sound is the same. For feminine sound plural, the ending sound atun means the status of the word is rafa, like muslimatun. But if it is muslimatin, ending sound is atin, then it could be nasab or jar. So we talked about singular, we talked about dual, we talked about two types of sound plural, masculine and feminine. So what is left? The only thing left is broken plurals. Okay? So the broken plurals are treated as if they are singular for telling their status. So the ending haraka will be used to tell the status of a broken plural. You know what is a sound plural, what is a broken plural, but if you don't, we are going to revise that today as well. So this is all about the first property of ism, which is called status. So when you see an ism, you should be able to tell the status of that ism using this table most of the time. All right. Now, one statement, you should know this and don't forget about it. These rules do not apply to pronouns, attached or detached. There is a separate set of rules for them. Okay, they're different. We will learn that too. For example, the first rule is that all the detached pronouns are always in rafa status. Okay, all the detached pronouns are always in rafa status. Just remember this. And the rest of the rules we will learn with time. So first rule is that the detached pronouns like huwa, hum, anta, antum, ana, nahnu, these 6 words, 6 pronouns, they are in rafa status. Okay. So this was status. Next is gender. Gender. Two genders in Arabic language for every ism. The ism could be either masculine or feminine. So what's a statement? This is a generic statement you should never forget. An ism in the Arabic language is considered masculine unless there is a reason to call it feminine. So when you see an ism and you want to know is it masculine or feminine, what you do, you look for reasons to call it feminine. And if you don't find any reason to call it feminine, then that ism is masculine. So masculine gender is the default gender. So what are the reasons to call a word feminine? We are going to learn that. We have learned that. So first reason is real feminine. Anything which is any ism which is feminine because of biological reason. For example, mother, sister, daughter. And then there are non-real feminine reasons like words ending with ta marbuta. So most of the time if the word ends with a ta marbuta around ta, then it is feminine, like as-sa'atu, maghfiratun, rahmatun. And there are some exceptions which are actually masculine, but most of the time a word ending with ta marbuta will be feminine. Names of places, proper names of places are all feminine. Body parts in pairs, like two hands, or even one hand. Um, Eyes, ear. The body parts which are in pair, they are considered feminine. Arabs treat them as feminine. And there are some words which are feminine just because they Arabs treat them as feminine. And we cannot put them in a category just because of some way of identifying them. You just have to memorize them. There is no way to identify. So have a category of their own. They are just feminine because of linguistic reasons. And then words that end with a word with a letter that looks like ya and there are three letters before it, like kubra, uzma, sughra, bushra, words like this. So they will be most of the time feminine, but there are some exceptions like Isa, Musa, but those are very rare. And last thing, broken plurals. Broken plurals are treated as feminine as well. So we have 7 reasons here. So if you don't see any of these reasons in an ism, you say that ism is masculine. All right, this is all about gender. What is next? Next is number. So when you see an ism, you should be able to tell, is it singular, is it dual, or is it plural? All right, you should be able to know that. In the Muslim chart, you have a column for singular, a column for dual, and a column for plural. And we have a Muslim chart for masculine and feminine. I want you to focus, like singular is singular, dual have ani and aini sound, very simple. In plural, there is a variation here between masculine and feminine. In masculine, the ending sound is una, ina. In the plural side for feminine, the ending sound is atun or atin. So these plurals who have ending sound una or ina, atun or atin, they are called sound plurals. But if you see another plural, you know it is plural, but it doesn't have any of these ending sounds, una, ina, atun or atin, then you say that plural is a broken plural. It is not a sound plural. So sound plural end with una, ina, atun, or atin, and if you see a plural which doesn't end like that, then it is called broken plural. And there's one interesting fact about broken plurals, that broken plurals, even though they are plurals, they are treated as singular. And not only that, they are treated as feminine in Arabic language. So this is something different, like compared to many other languages, and we should be aware of that. All right. So status is done, gender is done, number is done. Last is type. Simple. An ism could be with respect to type, it could be a common noun or a proper noun. So when you say type means is the ism proper or common? Uh, Another statement, like the statement we had when we learned gender. A noun or an ism is in the Arabic language is considered common unless there is a reason to call it proper. So the default type is common noun. So when you have an ism and you want to know is it proper or common, you should look for reasons to call it proper. And if you don't see any of the reasons to call it proper, then it is common. Common noun is again the default type. So what we learn is we learn the reasons to call an ism proper. So if we don't see any of those, then so we could call it common. So first reason is proper names. Proper names of people, proper names of places. Second reason, if you see an extra al at the beginning of an ism, that ism is proper. It's equivalent to the in English language. Al-qalamu, the pen. Al-ayatu, the verses or the signs, the signs. Al-muslimu, the Muslim. So al at the beginning. Oh, excuse me. All the pronouns, detached or attached. Huwa, hum, anta, antum, ana, nahnu, or kitabuka. This ka is proper noun. This na here in Rasuluna is proper. So all the pronouns, doesn't matter if they're attached or detached, they are proper. All asma'ul ishara, the pointing nouns, the words that the isms that you use to point at things. Haza, hazihi, haulai, zalika, tilka, ulaika. You should know the meanings of these. If you don't know the meanings, it is a problem. Okay? It will be difficult for you to make good progress in this course. Remember them now. Remember the meanings of these 6 words. And also, asma'un mawsula. Allazi, allazina, allati, allati. Whenever you see any of those, they are also proper noun. And then there are 2 other categories. We didn't talk much about them. The word, when you call someone, like waladu, ya waladu. Waladun means boy. But when you say ya waladu, it becomes a proper noun. Oh boy, then you are talking about a specific boy. Ya bintu. Oh girl. Now you're talking about a specific girl. So adding ya before an ism makes it proper noun. And the last one was mudaf. If mudaf ilayhi is proper, then mudaf is proper. What does it mean? We will learn next. Our next topic is mudaf ilayhi. So you will learn that. So how many reasons are there? 7 reasons. There are 7 reasons to call an ism proper. And if you don't see any of them, then you call it common noun. All right. So when you see an ism now, you should be able to tell all the 4 properties. For example, ar-Rahmanu. It is singular, so we go with the ending haraka. It is rafa because dhamma. There is no reason to call it feminine, so I call it masculine. It is singular, and because there is an al at the beginning, it is proper. All right. So this is all about the 4 properties of ism. So now you should be able to uh, tell the status of an ism, the gender, the number, and type. Okay. Saad, you have your hand up. Is there a reason for it?
I want to like do
No, we are
the
not doing it actually. Sorry, Saad. We don't have time. That's where the problem is, huh? So we have I have to do this quickly so we could do the other part, the quiz. So flexibility, we did flexibility as well. I'm going over time, but I will try to finish this in a couple of minutes. Flexibility, we talked about this is a subtopic of status, how you tell status. Hmm? So this is a table that we use to tell status, which does not apply to pronouns. Hmm? But there are some other words as well, other than the pronouns, where these rules either do not apply at all or they partially don't apply. So that is where flexibility will help us, knowing flexibility. Okay, like these words, types of words, Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, Muslimatun, Muslimatan, Muslimatin, where the three statuses, Rafa, Nasab, and Jar, they are distinct. It's very easy to tell. They're different from each other. They're called fully flexible. So no problem. You can use a table here. Table is fully applicable here. No problem. But there are words like Musa, which does not change. Which does not change. We don't have a Musu, Musa, and Musi. No. Musa remains Musa. So what you do, the table will not help you here. Table will not help you to tell the status. So these types of words, which do not change when their status changes. They always remain the same. They are non-flexible. They do have rafa status. Sometimes they will have raf nasab status. Sometimes they will have jar status, but they don't change. So they are called non-flexible. So how we would know the status? You have to spend some time on the ayah where it is used and figure it out. Inshallah, you will learn how to figure that out in this course. So that's fully flexible and non-flexible. But there is a third category called partly flexible. To learn partly flexible, you have to learn the heavy versus lightism. Okay? Then the Muslim charts that we have learned, they are heavy. All those words are heavy. How we make them light? We remove the noon sound. Make the minimum change to remove the noon sound. So Muslimun is heavy, Muslimu is light. Musliman is heavy, Muslima is light. Muslimin is heavy, Muslimi is light. So we just change the double haraka to single haraka so we don't hear the noon sound. Muslimun, but Muslimu doesn't have a noon sound. So this is how you make the words light. So Muslimani becomes Muslima, Muslimai becomes Muslimai, Muslimuna becomes Muslimu, and Muslimina becomes Muslimi. So this is how we make the words light. Okay, similarly for uh, feminine gender, we can make them light as well. Muslimu, Muslima, Muslimi, sorry, Muslimatu, Muslimata, Muslimati, and Muslimata, remove the noon sound. Muslimatai, Muslimatai, Muslimatu, instead of tun, tu, Muslimati, and Muslimati. So, but heavy version is the normal version. So when the word is light, you need to know why the word is light. And one of the reasons for a word to be light is partly flexible. All right. There are total of 4 reasons. So this is one reason. Inshallah, we will learn the other 3 reasons at a later stage. So what are the partly flexible words? All feminine names. They are always light and they don't take kasra when they are in jar status. Generally. All right. All feminine words. So like Marjamu, Marjama, and Marjama. In jar status, it will not be Marjami. Non-Arab names like Ibrahimu, Ibrahima, and Ibrahima. All right. So among the prophets or the messengers, there are only 4 names which are considered Arabic: Muhammadun, Shu'aibun, Hudun, and Salihun. So they will be fully flexible. Names of places. They are always light. They don't take kasra generally. So they are partly flexible. Words like akbaru, ajmalu, ashrafu, words of this pattern, they are partly flexible. Words ending with an extra alif and hamza at the end, like ulama'u, ulama'a, it won't be ulama'i. And two other patterns, masajidu and masakinu. You see these patterns, like rawasiyu, araiku, and then masabihu, like masakinu, ababilu, like masakinu, right? So when you see these patterns, these are um, also partly flexible. So when you see these types of words and there is a fatha on the last letter, it does not necessarily mean that it is nasab. It could be kasra. So the table is partly applies to these words for telling status, but not fully, because it won't apply to jar. All right, and there will be a confusion if it is nasab or jar. And how you tell that? You tell that by knowing more about Arabic. All right. Generally, the partly flexible words don't take kasra, but they will take kasra in case if they start with an al or when they are used as mudaf. What is mudaf? We are going to learn soon, inshallah. So that's where I will stop. Sorry, I went over the time that was given to me. So you probably have less time for the quiz, but I will stop here and we can go to the quiz now. Thank you.